Captain Chaudhary. Welcome in this second video on the CO2 bottle testing and testing of the other accessory parts and the system in general. So in my last video we talked about the monthly and annual inspection. These are basically directed by a DGS engineering circular and of course SOLAS chapter 2 to regulation 14.2.1.2 and also the MSc circular, that is 1318.1 1318 revision 1. We are talking about the high pressure bottles or set of bottles which are there in the CO2 room. The bottle is not become weak, bottle material is not deteriorated, and there's no loss of content, and hydrostatically also the bottle is strong. So these tests which I'm going to talk about is done in case of passenger ship biennially. It means that every 2 years plus minus 3 months they test it, right? This test is done. And in case of cargo ship, it is at intermediate survey, periodical survey, the renewal survey. So what is the specific test that I'm going to talk about, right? So what is done in these surveys that I talked about? Basically, we verify the content. In high pressure bottles, the content should be 90% of the nominal. If you find the content is less than normal, of course, obviously you will check for the leakage and all that. And generally, if you find that the content is less than 90, you have to fill up. You also have to check the dates of last hydrostatic test, which is indicated in the top part of the bottle. But basically, you're worried that the content should not be less than 90%. And in the low pressure storage, I told you there is another type of CO2 firefighting system whereby instead of having so many bottles, we have a single bottle, massive bottle, which is maintaining the CO2 at a refrigerated temperature and reduced pressure compared to these bottles. So there you will check the level and you will be satisfied that the level is sufficient to fight the largest compartment. Now let us see what is to be done before 10th anniversary or a period not exceeding 10 years. I try to remember it as 10-10 rule, which means that at a period not exceeding 10 years, at least 10% of the bottles will be subjected to internal test and hydrostatic test. These bottles will be exposed to, right? And in case any one bottle fails, if any one bottle fails, then you will be testing 50% of the bottles internally and hydrostatic test. If any bottle fails further to this, which means that even if out of 50%, even if one more bottle fails the test, then you need to test all the bottles internally. Thereafter, before the 20th anniversary and every 10 years thereafter, all the bottles will be subjected to hydrostatic test. The flexible hoses, as I told you before also, these flexible hoses are specially reinforced, special quality flexible hoses which can withstand the refrigerated temperature, the negative temperature at which the CO2 is released or CO2 gets to. So now it is very, very important that these flexible hoses are replaced at an interval as suggested by the manufacturer, but in any case not more than 10 years. These flexible hoses cannot work for more than 10 years. Now they will have to be replaced. These bottles will be taken ashore, so it has to be ensured by the workshop that while these bottles are away, other bottles will replace these bottles temporarily, and these bottles which are the replacement bottles, they will satisfy the regulation. Now the discharge pipings and the nozzle, they are tested for blockage. It is ensured that they are not blocked, and that is done by passing compressed air or nitrogen through them. But before we do that, they have to be isolated from the system. Now, next test that I'm going to talk about is biennial test. That means every 2 years plus minus 3 months for the passenger ships, and for the cargo ships every renewal survey. So what is this test? This is a special test which is done by the shore people. That means shore technicians who are expertise on it, right? The ship people cannot do it, should not do it. So what is this test? This test is like removal of the activating head and checking it for the blockage. It is tested with the pressure that comes from the pilot lines, the pilot bottles. In case it is not possible through the pilot bottles, then the pilot bottles are blanked off and the same pressure or the full pressure is applied from the release station, which are remote. So if there are more than one release station, from both the stations it will be applied. You have manual pull cable, right? If it is manual pull cable, naturally it will involve the wires, which should be in good condition, and pulleys, which should be working perfectly. I mean, it shouldn't happen that for the length or for the distance that you are applying the force from or the pull from, it does not reach the bottle position, and that would happen because the maintenance of the pulleys, etc., or the wire has to be ensured. All the cable components must be checked for functionality and suitability and condition. The cable connectors must be suitably tightened. Now, if the remote release is by pneumatic means, then the condition of tubing is very important. It has to be checked for leakage, blockage, etc. Now, if you have, of course, you would have the pilot cylinders, the weight charge has to be checked, and it can be also checked by a device that is provided on the ship. Now, all these places which are protected by CO2, they are supposed to give warning and the people should be able to move out, and there is some delay, when the alarm is sounded and when the people vacate, there is some delay. So that delay timing should be appropriate, that should be checked, like what is the delay, and till the time the delay is there, the gas should not be released. This should be checked. Now, after the survey or inspection, it should be ensured that all the controls, etc., they are at their correct position at which they should be. And it is very important that the control valves, they relate to the compartment that they serve, and it should be indicated that way. The person who is operating should not be misled. So resetting means the controls in their appropriate position, like pressure switches, the pressure should be reset so that it works at the pressure for which it is meant, and the stop valves are kept in closed position, etc. So all this is ensured so that the CO2 system is fully operational. So there is this 5-yearly inspection whereby all the control valves should be inspected internally. Then there is this DGS notice number 9 of 2021, right? This is MS notice 9 of 2021. It is in respect of service station, basically. Any of these LSA, FFA items, when they go out for overhauling, CCTV recording should be available. So here every stage of servicing should be video recorded, including the bursting of the membrane, right? So it has to be video recorded and should be available for the inspection or viewing of the administration.